Okay, Chiharu, I already know that though. Okay, so real quick. So someone in my chat is mentioning that, like, yeah, a lawyer went through, you know, the whole thing that happened, you know, with the other agency, and went through all the stuff and said, like, oh, what you can legally do in the state of California. I know. I went to a lawyer. Okay? Why do you think the document came out the way it did? I paid a lawyer to help me write it. Okay? Why do you think I'm a little smarter than that? But point being, I knew I could sue them. I knew I could win. But the difference is, you have to think about who you're fighting.
Wait, maybe we should sleep.
Do you know what happens when you fight a company or a corporation that has money?
You don't like the night.
It's not that I can't enforce it. No, that is not it, guys. I can sue them in court. I can win. However, the reason I cannot win is because they will keep paying money to drag it out. You guys do not know this, but people... What happens is when you fight someone with more money, they will drag it out on purpose to make it so that you can't keep affording to hire the lawyer that is defending you to keep defending you. So the reason you will lose is because they keep going and they keep paying money to keep hiring their lawyer until you run out of money and you can't hire yours. That is what happens. So while I knew I could win, but that is why I did not. And that is why I will not. And I cannot. It's not legal? No. Not even in California. So problem is, money-wise, it's not going to save me. You know? Money-wise, it does not save me. So that is why. It does not matter what that other lawyer or whatever says. I know, because when I went through this shit, I already hired the lawyer. I already went through all this crap before. Like, I researched my choices. I researched what I had. I was not stupid, and I took time. Part of the reason why I took time to do all this and why it took like 2 months or whatever months is because I went through a lawyer and I already went through all of my choices and stuff I could do. So yes, I could sue. I could win. I would win is what I was told by my lawyer, and they would represent me in court is what my lawyer said. But would I win? No, because they would draw it out. So that is, now you guys all know, and now you guys all know why. But I wasn't saying this before, because before it was so much more like, you know, if I said all this stuff, people would give me shit for it. But then also people would be like, nah, she's lying, or nah this, nah that, nah this, nah that. Now I can finally go out and say it. Yay. But that is the reality of it. Like, companies would drag it out so that you can't afford to continue defending yourself. And that is the only reason you would lose. It has nothing to do with what's right or wrong, unfortunately. If you guys can see my hands up in the air right now, my hands are up in the air. My hands are up in the air. It's just what it is. Yeah. It is very, very sad. The fact that NDAs with talents living in the US might not be valid. Yeah, of course. Exactly. That is also what my lawyer said. Yeah. People, they cannot enforce... So one other thing that I know is that they cannot enforce a lot of the laws, quote unquote, that they put in the Japanese NDA under their company if you live out of state. Well, out of Japan. Yeah. They also said that your NDA is null and void in California. Yes, it is possible that it is null and void in California because it doesn't follow California laws either. So it doesn't follow California laws, and they can't enforce the Japanese laws on you because I am not of the country of Japan. So one, they cannot enforce it anyways. But two, California also doesn't enforce that because, you know, it doesn't fight either way. So yes, I do know all these things. It's just a lot of other people don't because they didn't have to go into this whole legal conundrum. So like, again, I respect all the things that people are learning now. And like, okay, I'm gonna say it like this, but this is probably gonna sound mean, but I respect what Doki and like a lot of you guys as the fans are going through now, but I've already been there like a year ago, okay? It's nice and all. It's nice that you guys are all coming up to speed now, but I have already tried, okay? I have already gone through all this, and people are just now learning. So I'm sorry, but you guys are late. And I've already been through all of it. Doki is now learning, probably. She is now, like, probably going through this. I don't know how old she is. I don't know how far, you know, how much she's dealing with. That's on her side. But I've already gone through all of this. So it's like, you know, it's like nice that we're vindicated and then everything's coming through. But this has already been a year ago. So it's nice, but it's bittersweet, right? Because right now I'm just having fun and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, cool. But like all the stuff that like Doki and you guys are going through on like her community side and stuff like that as well. I feel for you guys. I get it. And that's why I'm kind of just leaving it alone. Because at that point, all you can do is help yourself. And all you guys can do is be there for her and be there for me. Because I had no one then. Okay? I had to be there for myself. Like, people are going on about like, oh yeah, you know, like, people will try to take their lives over. Yes, I did too. But that was not the point I wanted it to make. Right? People are making a big deal of like, oh yeah, you know, any such and so or whoever tried to take their life for this stuff. Yes, because this is what happens. But I'm past that. Like, I already went there and I did too. But nobody cared. It didn't matter. So why will it matter now? Maybe. But like, it still stands the fact that it didn't matter back then. A lot of people didn't care. And a lot of people even bullied me for it. Which is even worse. Like, people don't understand how bad it was. And I don't think people ever will. So it's kind of a thing where like, yeah, it's nice that it's coming out, but people are a year late. And so that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever come to the point where I see as much support as like was worth all of the suffering that I had. I'm going to be quite honest. Right? Like, will I see the kind of support or success that will like make me feel like I'm, you know, I can be happy again? I don't know. So we'll find out. But that's kind of just where I'm at, is like, we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, this is not something, again, this is something I want to say to you guys. Not necessarily that I want to say to like the world, right? But I want you guys to understand, the people who are here now and the people that care. Because I don't really care to have like, you know, people who are just here for the drama or just here for whatever. That doesn't matter, right? We're here for what we have now. Yeah. Sayu has her vengeance now that company is doomed. I really don't though, okay? If you want to talk about vengeance now, there is no way. I don't care about that company going down. Like, it's cool and all, but if you want my personal opinion, like, there are people in the indie scene who are simply using all of this drama to their benefit and to their like now they're choosing to speak up or now they're choosing to support this cause. And that's more what makes me mad. Okay? Not the company's stuff, because that's all on the company's side. It made me mad to see people who were like against me and who were like who didn't support me or anything like that, who were my friends, now try to support everything and now look like they're, you know, like they're being like, it's because it's good to be against it now, right? That's the problem. They weren't before. I remember exactly who they all were. And I'm not going to go out and name them. But I am always going to look at them and go, I will not interact with you. I will not have anything to do with you. So that is why I also hope that you guys can understand where I don't collab with certain people. I don't want to interact with certain people. I don't care about networking in a way where it's just for gain. I care about playing with friends and getting to make actual friends and getting to know people. If it helps, if we can help each other mutually, then awesome. That is what I'm for. But I don't care about like getting to know people that are like, that's just for the sake of networking. So that's why I don't want you guys to get your hopes up when you guys ask me to collab with certain people. I know a lot of people were trying to do that. They were like, oh, I can't wait to see you and such and so play together or things like that. I'm like, you may never see that. Because I may see them in a completely different light than you do, because I know who they are and what they're like. So, yeah, there are a lot of people who you guys will not see, because I do not want to show you guys those people. Okay? So I just want to make that very clear. Please do not ask me to collab with certain people. Or anybody. Unless I have already interacted with them and I call them my friend.
Is the same feeling as normies suddenly liking something they bullied you for before.
Yeah, kind of. It's like saying like, oh, this anime is trash, and then they say that, oh, they love it, you know, kind of thing. Like when they, or like this whole thing is trash, and then they say like, oh, I love it now. It's kind of like that. But like, yeah, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Can we wish for more collabs with Sheena? Yes, 100%. 100%. Like, there are a lot of really good people out there, but there are a lot of people who I also will not look back on. You know? Yeah. I took a lot of the stuff that Corp put at face value. It's okay. I mean, a lot of people are like afraid to believe in stuff also, and I don't blame you. Like, it's hard to see, and it's scary to see something that's so big be so corrupt or so against what you wished it was, right? That is true. But like, and it's crazy to think that like somebody who was there for like a couple months was actually smart enough to get the fuck out and be like, no, I'm so done with this. I'm just going to put it all up there for everyone to see, right? Like, why would somebody who was there for like a couple months care enough to put their neck out there, right? And be like the whistleblower or whatever. That makes sense, honestly. But like for me, that's just, I guess that's just the only thing that would seem natural for me. It's just like, yeah, well, obviously I got to tell people because nobody deserves that shit. And that's all I cared about is like the people there, like the people that were there or the people that were there, like other talents or whatever, probably don't want to be my friend. And I get that. Like, I'm not like, I'm not the safest person for them to be around, right? But I don't really care about that anymore, because if that's the reason they don't want to be my friend, then that's right. But like at the same time, it's very like, I mean, it's sad. It makes me sad. But at the same time, like, I wasn't friends with a lot of them. Just because we were under the same place does not mean we were friends. And that said, it's like I had a very different mindset from them going in, and also, right? Like, I went in thinking like this is going to be better than like my indie life. It was not. So I was very quick to like be like, nah, nope the hell out of there. Because for a lot of people, other people, they didn't want that, right? And I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to be indie again either. I wanted to have more, you know, help elevating myself. But
you know the house that we've been living in?
What would I rather have?
I found this